Hi everyone, welcome to another school holiday program, a session just for you. Great to have you along here with me today. Now our MakerBox special today is to decorate and pot your own succulent. Very exciting. So you should have already got the MakerBox. Now let's see what's inside the box, shall we? Whoa, there's some cool stuff in here. All right, let's have a look and make sure you've got everything in your box. Now, there should be some instruction cards and materials list in your MakerBox. So have them out, obviously ready to assist you in the session today. Now, you should have a selection of paints. Now, it's acrylic paint and paint brushes. And with that, you should have a palette. So that's to obviously put your paint in and just so you can spread it out and keep the colors all separate. You'll have some awesome potting mix ready to go. And we've got our terracotta pot and our saucer and our beautiful succulent. You should have one ready to go. You've probably had these for about a week or so, your succulents. So hopefully you've had them in a sunny spot and not too wet, but you've probably watered it maybe once. Now I do have some other paint here because in your boxes, you're going to either get paint that sort of looks like this, which is still acrylic paint, or the tube acrylic paint. So there's just a bit of a mixture in each. So make sure you've at least got a selection of colors, that's great. Also some gloves, very important. And we've got a face mask. So this is important to use when we're using our potting mix, but we'll show you what to do there. So that's everything that's in our box. Yeah, make sure you've got obviously a nice bench space, working space. It does get a little bit messy, so just make sure you're using a space that allows for that. But just so you guys at home know, I have already securely sealed and primed your terracotta pot, and that's just so if it's outside in the weather, your paint shouldn't chip and wash away, so to speak. So good stuff that, but I've already used it for your convenience. First step is to paint our terracotta pot. So I'm going to start painting mine. So think about a design you might want to do. You can use your gloves for this one. You won't need your mask yet, but you don't have to use gloves. They're more important to use when we're using our potting mix and our succulent. So you should be ready to paint. So first of all, you pick your colors out of the colors that you've got in your MakerBox. If you get these type of pots, all they have is just our foil seal. So you just peel the seal off and then you can use the paint and you can just pour it out. Now that we've finished painting our pots, we need to wait for them to dry. So let's do that. It's time now to pot our succulent. So put your gloves on, and then once you've got your gloves on, you will need to put your mask on. And see the little silver bit there? That goes over your nose. Okay, so we'll be putting that on in a minute. So what I want you to do is just pick up your succulent and just squeeze the sides of your succulent. You can take this off, the label off, just pull that out. And then what this does is this loosens the actual succulent and all the roots so that it can easily go into your pot. this is where you're gonna need your bag of potting mix. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill to just about half of my pot just with the potting mix. Now this is where, before you start using the potting mix, you'll need to put your mask on. So we're gonna put on our mask, just like that. And now we can use our potting mix. So about half full. Squeeze. So it should just fall. See how it's just gonna come out nicely? Just like that. All right, so then we're gonna pull these roots down the bottom and just let them sort of have a little bit of air. I've made mine a little bit high. So we're gonna make a little spot for it. So that's sort of gonna sit at a nice level for us. And then I'm gonna, now that my root's in, then with the rest of the potting mix, I'm just gonna fill it up. There you go. So once we've finished with our potting mix, we can take our mask off, just like so. And that is your very own succulent, all ready to go. So I suggest, I mean, these are great for indoor, by your bed maybe, or in a playroom, or a music room, or maybe even in the lounge room. Yeah, so lots of places you can put inside, but make sure it's in a sunny spot because they do like to be drier. They don't like to be too moist at all. So once you've finished potting your succulent in your pot, don't water it straight away, all right? So what you're gonna do is just leave it for 2 days, and on the 3rd day, that's when I would like you to water your succulent. It just helps any damaged root or any stress that the plant's undertaken from transporting from this into this. It'll just let it all settle. So, and you don't want much water, and you've got your drainage hole at the bottom underneath your terracotta pot. So after you've given it initial water, you don't need to water it much. I suggest once a fortnight to once a month, because they're quite hardy, so they do like to be out in the sun and dry out a bit. They don't like a lot of moisture. So keep that in mind, and hopefully you'll get lots of growth happening with your succulent. Remember, they will stay quite small. Succulents aren't a big plant, but they should start to multiply and things, and as long as you give them a water once a fortnight to once a month, you should have a very happy succulent.